Let's talk about one of the biggest hidden stressors for any independent consultant or freelancer out there. It's not about the clients or the deadlines, it's that nagging, constant uncertainty that comes with an unsteady income. You know this thought, right? It's the one that pops in your head late at night. One month, you're on top of the world. A great project just wrapped up. The next, you're looking at your calendar and there's just nothing. And that pit in your stomach starts to grow.
Yeah, I'm guessing that hits close to home for a lot of you. It's that feast or famine roller coaster. Some weeks are amazing, but then the quiet weeks feel terrifying. And that constant up and down really starts to chip away at you. It's so different from the corporate world, isn't it? Back then, even if you had a terrible week, that paycheck just showed up. It was predictable. But now, that safety net is gone. You realize pretty quick that you have to generate every single dollar yourself.
So without a real system to manage this chaos, most of us fall into this really predictable and totally exhausting loop. Let's call it the vicious cycle of work.
Okay, so here's how it usually goes. First, you're busy. You're deep in the work, feeling productive, everything's great. Then, the projects end and it gets quiet, a little too quiet. And that quiet quickly turns into panic. The stress builds. So what do? You accept anything that comes your way, even if the pay isn't great or the client is a bad fit, just to get busy again. And boom, the cycle starts all over, leaving your business feeling fragile no matter how good you are at your job. So what is the real reason for all this stress and instability? Well, I'm gonna bet it's not what you think it is. And here it is, the big aha moment. This financial stress, it has almost nothing to do with your talent. You are skilled. The real problem is a lack of structure. This is not a personal failure, it is a systems problem. And honestly, that should be a huge relief because systems can be fixed.
So, how do you fix it? How do you build that system? Well, it all comes down to building 6 key pillars for a stable business. This is the structural solution that can finally put an end to all that financial fear. All right, let's look at the first 3. Pillar 1, a clear offer. So clear that anyone can understand it in about 5 seconds. If people are confused, they just won't buy. It's that simple. Pillar 2, a niche. You cannot be everything to everyone. When you become the go-to expert for a very specific thing, you become a magnet for the right kind of clients. And number 3, this one's a game changer, recurring revenue. This is the bedrock. We're talking retainers, maintenance plans, things that create a predictable baseline of income every single month. Now for the other 3. Number 4, a simple way for clients to find you. You can't just rely on random luck and referrals. That's a recipe for anxiety. You need a repeatable process. Pillar 5 is pricing that builds margin, not pressure. Your prices shouldn't just barely cover the bills, they need to give you breathing room. And finally, number 6, consistent marketing. This isn't a desperate scramble when you're quiet. It's a steady, ongoing effort that builds trust over time so you're always top of mind. And the difference here is night and day. Without these pillars, you're basically running a business based on luck and good timing. But with them, you're in the driver's seat. You create your own momentum. You take back control.
So what does life actually feel like on the other side of this? What happens when you swap that constant fear for real financial clarity? Well, pretty much everything changes.
Just take a second and actually imagine. Imagine knowing
What your baseline income is going to be next month, before the month even starts. Think about the peace of mind that gives you. The ability to plan, to invest, to just breathe. Imagine knowing, roughly, how many new client inquiries you're going to get each month. Your pipeline stops being a big, scary question mark, and it just becomes a predictable part of your business. And maybe the most powerful thing of all, imagine having the financial stability to say no to the wrong projects. You're not operating out of desperation anymore. You're making strategic choices from a position of strength.
And this is really the key takeaway here. It's that clarity that removes the fear. It isn't about working more hours or just trying harder or getting lucky. It's about building a better structure. So all of your effort actually leads to predictable, stable results.
So, as we wrap this up, the question isn't really if you should do this, it's where you should start. Looking back at those 6 pillars, which one does your business need the most right now? Which one are you going to build first?